Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lucifer here. Before we start, let's do a little prayer to Kalima. Om Hrim Krim Chamundai Viche Namah. Om Hrim Krim Chamundai Viche Namah. Om Hrim Krim Chamundai Viche Namah. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys are having a great day. This is Lucifer here once again. AKA the King of Hell, AKA the Bishop of Hell, AKA the High Evolutionary, AKA King the Conqueror. So right now your enemies are losing it. Your enemies are going crazy. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They are going crazy. They are losing it. And that's fine. I got a question. With that out of the way, I got a question. Where is your power at? Y'all keeping it for yourselves? Are you guys keeping it for yourself? Now remember, it's important to expand. It is important to expand. It's okay to be introverted. It's okay to be introverted, but you need to balance your introvertedness. You need to balance your introvertedness, man. You have to expand. Do not be shy. Do not be shy, because the world works in a different way. We have changed the timeline. We have changed the paradigm. We have changed the dimension. Things don't work like they used to work. Back then, a couple of years ago, a couple of dimensions ago, a couple of paradigms ago, it was okay to be introverted and keep everything to yourself and blah, blah, blah. Now, mind you, I'm not talking about business. If you're doing business, if you're doing some kind of shmoney, well, it's important to keep that to yourself. Like I say, you must have balance and find discernment. When you expand, expansion is, as I used to say, accentuate. You gotta accentuate. So don't keep yourself to yourself. Don't keep yourself to yourself, because if you keep yourself to yourself, you're gonna end up being in a cage. You're gonna end up being in a cage. You're gonna end up being in a box. You're gonna end up living inside of your mind. You don't want to. I didn't cut my nails, so I ain't gonna show you my nails. My nails fucked up right now, but I ain't, whatever. Pardon my language. Because Kali's here, by the way, so pardon my language. I will keep my how do you say, belligerenceness to a strict minimum. I was meditating before I did this video. Kali is here, so I don't want to. I need her right now. I'm in dire need of her attention and love. So, anyways, yes. When you deal with gods, you have to act like a child sometimes. You gotta tug on daddy's pants and mommy's dress. So you have to accentuate. What is accentuation? Accentuation. Yes, I said that right. I think. I hope. If I didn't, let me know. Accentuation is the act of proclaiming oneself onto reality, because everyone knows reality is a mirror. Of course it is, but reality is not just a mirror. Reality is not just one thing. Reality is a multitude of things. Mirroring is just one of those things. Very important, unmissable fact, unmissable notion, but it's a bizarre mirror. It's a mirror that's malleable, you know. Um, as I've said this before, life, you and your God self, you and your higher self. Wait a minute, because the music is making me hard. It's making it hard to think. Okay, so that's better. So, what was I saying? So you and your God self in this world, in this reality, you are as a circus mirror, right? As I say, this is when I proclaim the sense of scale. This is another thing that creates reality, that is part of reality, that makes reality what reality is, the sense of scale, right? And it is a scary factor. It's a scary factor. It's a scary factor. Scary. It's a scary factor. It's a how do you say? Not scary per se. Sorry, pardon me. Not scary per se, but it can be terrifying. It can be a terrible thing. Because you might be a god one day, and the next 5 seconds later, you're not a god anymore. But you're always a god. You're always you. But different energies flow through different streams. Different energies flow through different streams. So you have to pay attention to where the stream is going. You do not want to go against the stream. You can go against the current, but don't go against the stream. When you go against the stream, that's when things fall out of place. What is the stream? The stream is the consciousness, is the imagination and creativity of consciousness, right? So when consciousness decide to go one way, to do a certain thing, do not go against the thing that consciousness is trying to do. You will fall out of line. You will lose yourself because you are part of that stream. So going against the stream is going against yourself. So that's why you lose some of your God self at that particular moment in time. Example, you meet a good friend of yours. Good friend. Good person, good friend. Doesn't do anything wrong. Wouldn't hurt a fly. You and your God self you had a bad day. You then proceed to dump your emotion on this person, on this stream of consciousness, the stream of consciousness being doing what he's supposed to be doing. Now, the thing is, you're going to interfere with what he is doing by dumping on him, right? You and your God self, you sit there, well, I'm a God self, I don't care. You know, I need to dump this, so I'm going to dump it. You could have dumped it on someone else. So you chose the wrong person to dump it to. And now because of that, you are losing your God self. So now you lose power instead of gaining power. Not that I'm saying dumping on somebody can make you have power. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's pretty toxic. It's not something to do. But everybody's human. Sometimes we need to dump. But if you do it on purpose, if you do it on purpose, especially to that person, then you are disrupting the stream. You are disrupting yourself. Because this person is ideologically there to bring you to a specific space. Because only in his, dare I say, affable manners will he bring you boons or luck or, I guess, boons or luck, right? Rewards, life's little rewards. Just feeling better. Maybe this person could have made you feel better instead of make you feel worse. but you chose the wrong stream to delve into because of arrogance or brashness, right? Everybody's guilty of doing that. I'm not saying you're this or you're that, blah, blah. I'm not judging. Shit happens. But if you're wondering how the sense of scale how can you perceive or how can you understand the sense of scale, this is one of the ways to see it. Of course, this is an oversimplification because the sense of scale is grandiose. It's a humongous thing. It's an infinite thing, right? It's an eternal thing, right? So, but it's also linked to your emotions, right? So that's why you might feel like you're not this at that moment, or that's why you might feel that you're this at that moment, or that's why other people see you as this at that moment, and that's why other people see you as that at that moment. So being your God self, one of the things that are relative to reality is the wonkiness. You know those circus mirrors? You go in a circus mirror, your head is big, your neck is thin, your body's wide, and you move a little bit and then it's all the contrary. Your head is small, your neck is wide, your body's small. Like, that's how we move through life. That's how we communicate through life. And this, you must understand, is actually your spirit and your soul communicating with reality and trying to find a space or entering a space. Are you trying to find a space? No, you're not. No, you're not. But if you enter a space, you must respect the rules of that space. You must respect the laws of that space, not the rules, the laws, because the rules can always be broken or bent. You can bend the rules or transmogrify the rules to your will, right? But the law should not be messed with. The law of the space should not be messed with. So you can that's the difference between a rule and a law, like I was saying in my other video. So you can go to a certain space, bend the rules, do whatever you want, go to a party, be the life of the party. But you can be the life of the party, but you must understand that that house or that party is not your party. You understand? And this works both ways, obviously. This works both ways. So you can be the life of the party. You can be the talk of the town, but it's not necessarily your town. It's not necessarily your party. No pun intended, no offense meant. So you must understand the law of the reality that you set to yourself in, right? And don't worry about the rules. The rules can be broken, right? So there's no problem there. So we have the sense of scale that's wobbly, that's a mirror and things like that. And we're talking about accentuation, right? So another thing that reality is based off of is your accentuation, is the matter that you need to accentuate, the matter that you need to express oneself and not remain in a hole. See, now I said at the beginning that life does not work like it used to work a couple years ago, 10 years ago, a couple of dimensions ago, a couple of paradigms ago. Like I've said before, yes, it would have been okay for you to just sit there, shut up, don't say nothing. But the rules of the game have changed. Now it's important for you to speak, right? It's important for you to speak, not just say any random word that flies out your mouth. It's important for you to somebody needs to hear who you are. You need to remind yourself who you are. You need to, like a typewriter. So your mind, your spirit, reality is like a typewriter, right? And your soul and spirit is the author, right? And he's creating, and reality is created as you put words together, right? So it is important that you do not say everything. You don't say everything. You don't talk about everything. But there are certain notions. There are specific things, little things that makes you, that puts you onto that spot, that puts you onto that level, that you need to remind not the person next to you, not everybody that comes your way. You just have to say it. Do not keep it to yourself. Say it. Now, what I mean by not the person next to you, or not, the first person that comes by, is not, don't be a dick, basically, pardon my language. Don't be a jerk. That's what I mean, right? Of course, you can say it to the person next to you. Of course, you can say it to the first person that comes by. There's no problem with that. But it's the way, not the how. It's the how, not the why, right? Like, it is your duty to find a perfect opportunity to accentuate yourself. It is your duty to find those specific moments that are good times, precise timing, where you need to say it. Now, what exactly do you need to say? You need to speak about your level. You need to speak about your level. You need to speak of where you are at spiritually. You need to speak about where you're at spiritually. Now, it's not me trying to find information and stuff like that. And even if I was, it doesn't matter. Because there are people that are looking for information on other people and blah, blah, blah. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's their business. They're weird. They're weird people. They do weird shit. That's their business. And this is why you have to have discernment in the words that you speak of. You don't tell everyone, you don't tell us every single detail. You tell us, I am he and he is me. That's what we need to hear. That's what we need to hear, because this will become reality. And it's not to us that you're saying it. It's not to a human being that you're saying it. Yes, you are speaking to a human, but just like life is a mirror, people mirror things to you. How is that possible? Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You see, humans are all interconnected. So you can put yourself. So you know what? I'm going to explain it, because maybe this might not be a subject matter that you have researched before. It might not be something that other people speak of all the time either. So I'm going to explain it. So there is something behind the beholder, right? So humans, when you speak to one human, you might be speaking to many other people. Like, take me, for example. With all the things that I know, with all the things that I do, and all the things that I know, you already know that if you speak to me, you're not just talking to me. You already know you're talking to Lucifer, you're talking to Clarnek, you're talking to Asmodeus, you're talking to Kali, you're talking to Odin, you're talking to Thor, you're talking to Tyr, you're talking to this, you're talking to that, you're talking to a bunch of people. So when you speak to me, you're talking to at least 100 people, right? And that's, I'm probably lowballing here. I'm very lowballing actually, because you're talking to thousands of people. When you speak to me, when you talk to a person, and it doesn't have to be a person like me. And when I say like it doesn't have to be a person like me, it's not about me being this person doing these things that makes it so that when you speak to me, then that means I'm talking to 1,000 people. Yes, that has something to do with it, maybe, but it is not necessarily the issue. Because sometimes no, I was gonna say something, but I might lose you if I say that. So a person might not be aware. I'm gonna say that instead. A person that you speak to might not be aware that when they are speaking, that there are thousands of people behind them looking and listening at the same time. They might not be aware of that, but that's not the point. The point is not for them to be aware of it. The point here is for you, as the one that is accentuated himself on reality, to know that that's a fact. That even though you're talking to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, those 5 people are kind of like life's representative, and there are thousands of people behind them listening to you speak, right? And it's not that they're just listening to you speak. There is a stream behind it. There is an energy behind it, right? And this energy and stream is picking up on your accentuation and making note of that accentuation and creating and remembering you and respecting you. Now, of course, if you try to accentuate yourself and you're lying, you'll know. You will see it immediately, because there will be no effect. There will be no effect. But if you are speaking of truthful things, if you are speaking of yourself as yourself, of who you are, there will be an effect. You will become more of that thing of which you speak of, if there is a possibility in the first place, of course. Why am I speaking about this? Because with all the people that I see on YouTube, of course, there's a lot of bullshit on YouTube. YouTube is fucking toxic, obviously. But there are some people that make good videos. There are some people that make very good videos. There's some people that do talk like that real-ish. They do talk real-ish. But I've also noticed that there's a stream of consciousness on YouTube where the energy is low. Like, there's a lot of spiritualists out there right now that's saying that you have low energy and that you're the one that has low energy. No, the energy, period, is low. There's a low vibration. There's a very low vibration here. Mostly the reason why I think it's the end of the fucking world, and I might be talking for absolutely no fucking reason. Pardon my language. It's a fucking second language to me, cursing. I've been cursing since I was fucking 10 years old. Pardon my language, so I'm really freaking sorry. You know, and yes, I did get my ass whooped, but it didn't stop me from cursing. I don't know why. I just curse. I curse a lot. I watch too much fucking TV. So so anyways, pardon me for that the outburst of colorful words. But in any case, this is fact. That's what I'm trying to say. This is an irrefutable fact that there is a low vibration right now. And it's not you that's on a low vibration, it's everything. Everybody and everything is on a low vibration. And it's mostly due to the Illuminati. Because they're doing stupid shit. And it's working. Not only are they doing stupid shit, but it's working. You know, and that's the sad part. And I guess there's two reasons why the shit is working. Because there's a lot of corrupted people living on Earth. And a lot of people are fucking tired. Pardon my language. A lot of people are tired. So they're just letting them win. You know, because they don't feel like fighting. They don't feel like, there's a lot of depressed people. Depression is very hard. There's a lot of depressed people. There's a lot of people that don't have the strength to keep doing what they're doing. Shit, I find it hard to do the small little things that I do during the day. I ain't gonna fucking lie. So they're winning, you know, a little bit, you know, and I'm not talking about spiritually, but politically speaking and socially speaking, they're winning. You know, socially they're winning, and that's a very bad thing. Socially they're winning, because that's a very bad thing, because what they present, what they bring, what those people bring to the table is low vibrational. It's not high value, it's low vibrational, it's not high value. So people's energy are being sapped, right? There's a lot of vampires. There's a lot of vampire activity. There's a lot of vampire activity, and I personally, I think people are aware. Personally, I think, give me a second. Sorry, my lips were dry, dude. Like, damn. Personally, I think people are aware of this notion. They do see the low vibration, the low energy, but they're not doing anything about it. Mostly because they probably don't know how to bring their vibration up, or they don't believe in this, what some would call pseudoscience that we practice, right? But you might call it pseudoscience all you want, but it's still affecting the world. I still have an effect on the world. I'm being followed. It's not for no reason, right? I shit you not. I'm being followed. I'm being hunted. These guys are after me, you know, and it's been like that for a couple of years, and it's not for no reason, right? It's not because I'm crazy. It's not because, you know, I'm a criminal or some shit like that. It has nothing to do with that. It has something to do with the things that I do, the acts that I do, and the things that I say, right? So, and at the same time, eliminating me from the playing field would be tremendously sad. It would be tremendously sad because there's not a lot of people like me. So you can't waste me, right? Now I'm being a little bit cocky, but it's the same for you too. There's not a lot of people like you, so they can't just off you. So what they're gonna do is try to seduce you. They try to block you from doing certain things. They try to seduce you. They try to, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna do a bunch of other things before they actually eliminate you. If they need to eliminate you, if they can eliminate you, right? So, because at the end of the day, they know that they're low vibrational. They know that they're not doing anything of any value. Like, they already know that. So you can't waste a person like that. You can't waste high vibrational people. You can't just fucking kill them. You can't. It doesn't make sense. Because then you'd be fucked. Literally. People like us is what makes the world go round. Right? Like, if it wasn't for us, like the people that didn't believe in all the nonsense that happened recently, with the Biden administration and all that shit, even Canada, you know what I mean, and a couple people with the pandemic and shit like that, people wouldn't have jobs today. If we had bent the knee to all this bullshit, to the new normal, to the stolen new normal that people don't like to hear for some fucking reason, which I don't know why. The stolen new normal, this broadband systematic exclusion of reality, dare I say, people wouldn't have jobs today. They wouldn't have shit today. But we stood up. We didn't bend the knee to that nonsense, because some of us, not all of us, but some of us felt that something was wrong with this story. Right? So, no offense, no pun intended. You know what I mean? I'm okay with the fact that people are capable of living their lives today normally. I'm okay with that. That's a good thing. I don't see it as a bad thing. I don't see it as a thing like, well, you should fucking thank me and blah, blah, blah. No. You know what I mean? Well, a little bit. You know what I mean? A little bit. But, you know, but thanks to people like us, people are capable of living their everyday lives now. You're right. Like, if we had completely bent the knee to all the nonsense that they were throwing at us, things would be a lot different. Things would be a lot different. So, like I said, when I say this, I mean this in a good way. I mean this in a good way. I mean, like that's good, and that's good for me, because like I said, Lucifer is a business and spiritual consultant, because business and spirituality is what life is about. So if you can't have a life, what the fuck am I gonna do, right? Like, that's my whole shtick. My whole shtick is fucking capitalism. That's my whole shtick. My whole shtick is capitalism, bro. Like, I don't know what I would do if capitalism didn't exist. I'd probably blow my brains out, right? So, accentuation is important. And like I said, I see that the vibration is low, and it's been low for a minute. And I feel like I made quite a good impact with my recent videos to give people a heightened energy as of late. But even though I'm aware of the impact, even though I'm perceiving the impact, it does not seem like the download has been integrated. Or maybe it has been integrated, which, like I said before, this is the reason why I'm doing this video. Maybe it has been integrated, but nobody's talking about it. I feel like that might be a case too. There might be a severe case of that happening too, where everybody's like, oh, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this to myself. I'm going to keep this to myself. Stop it. Come out of your cave. Get out of your mind. Stop being like Golem. Okay, Golem destroyed himself. Golem destroyed himself. Like, everybody likes Golem, but Golem's not a fucking hero. He fucking destroyed himself, man. So, I like Golem too. He's awesome. But he destroyed himself at the end of the day. So, it's not with these energies, with these processes that we speak of, because I'm not the only one that speak of these things, with these processes that we speak of, with this energy that we're bringing to the table, it is not something that you need to keep to yourself and hide in a corner and keep to yourself. This is not what this is used for. This is used to expand the soul. This is used to expand the spirit. This is used to expand the physical, to mend reality, to bend reality, to your will, to create what it is you wish to create. This is what it's for. And this particular process of accentuation is an important matter of the greatest importance. I ish you not. It has to be part of your spiritual diet. You have to meditate. You have to ritualize. You have to become more consciousness. You have to learn. You have to practice. And you also need to let everyone know about your practice, about the result of your practice, about the result of your meditation, about the result of what it is that you are spiritually. Like I said before, if you're doing business, shut your mouth. if you're planning on make some dough, shut your mouth. You know what I mean? Don't say that to nobody. But spiritually, and not everything is a good thing to say, even on a spiritual sector. There are some things that you need to keep to yourself, certain secrets that you need to keep to yourself. But if you're having fun with your spiritual practice, you need to say it. If you're feeling a certain way, if you have witnessed a particular phenomenon through your spiritual practice that makes you, not something that's supposed to remain secret, something that makes you, that is you integrally, that I cannot be, that is only you need to say those things. It's important. It heightens your vibration on a global scale, on a universal scale. It heightens your vibration on a universal scale. Because at the end of the day, the thing you don't understand is that you are completely and utterly alone. I wanted to do a video. I was planning on doing a video for rich folks. Because I feel like rich folks got it made. And they don't need our help. That's what some people think. I wanted to do a video. I have an idea in my head for a video for rich people. It's not very long. It's not super big. It's not super explanatory. It's just a little quick notion. But I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, man, in this day and age, would it really be a good thing to do a video for rich people? I don't know. Anyway. So I'm still thinking about it. But the title of the video was going to be The White Hot Room. It's a technique that is currently being spoken of right now. I just changed the name. But you have to understand. But so we're not going to talk about that. I'm going to keep it to myself. It's not even that big of a deal. It's just that Illuminati. So I'd rather shut the fuck up. But you have to understand that you are in a white hot room right now. You are completely alone. Everything around you does not exist. But it exists at the same time. Everything around you is inexistent. And the only reason why those things exist as of right now is because of you. You are in a white hot room. So what's the point? Who cares? What are you trying to say? What I'm trying to say is this white hot room that you are in, or an abyss, but this white hot room that you are in is a constant place that you are in. So when you are speaking to someone, that person is part of the white hot room. When you're speaking to yourself, you are speaking to the white hot room. And the white hot room is consciousness, is astral. It's the ether. It's where all the magic happens. It's it's the back office to the company building. It's that door that says keep out. And all of us are in a white hot room. We are all sharing the same space and at the same time are absent in everybody else's life. We're all here and not here at the same time. So accentuate yourself, because reality is listening to you at all times. You are at all times inside of a white hot room, where this white hot room is just pure energy that you use to create. You are a living God. Pardon the pun. You are a living God. Use the white hot room. You're in it anyways. Regardless of if you want to deny it or not, or if you consider this as pseudoscience, it doesn't matter. What matter is the practice has a result. And if there is no result, then you are not practicing it the correct way. You cannot create without self-expression. You cannot create without self-expression. You cannot create if you are not aware of your. You cannot create if you're not aware that you are alive. Most people are not aware that they are alive. 99% of people are not aware that they are alive. They are not aware that they are alive. People don't. It's not something that is given. You have to realize that you're alive. You have to wait a moment. You have to sit a moment and be with yourself to be aware that you are alive. And then you can start to do the processes to become a creator. If you are not aware that you are alive, you're not in the white hot room. You're in the building, but you're not in the room. And you're supposed to be in the room because that room is you. And you are the room. The room is you and you are the room. It's your energy. It's your flow state. It's your stream of consciousness. The abyss. The abyss is a white hot room. Endless. Never stops. It's just a well of energy. A black hole. A vacuum in space. Eternity. Why do I call it a white hot room? I don't know. Just seems fitting. Because the reason why I call it the white hot room and not the black hot room is because reality is a canvas. This is why the act of accentuation functions. because reality is a canvas. Yes, it is a mirror, but we already talked about that earlier. Reality is more than just one mirror. You can choose to mirror things, or you can choose to create things. I mirror things sometimes. I mirror Dracula sometimes. I mirror Lucifer all the time. I mirror many spirits. I mirror them. I mirror other people's lives sometimes. I mirror millionaire lifestyle. I mirror poor man lifestyle. I mirror gangster lifestyle. I mirror a bunch of things. I mirror pirates. Fucking pardon my language. I mirror Shiva. I mirror 1920s 1920s. You know, 1920s had great music and it's cool and stuff. And I mirror the 1970s sometimes. That's mirroring because it already exists. I'm just imitating it, recreating it, interpolating it in my life, invoking it into my life. So I'm mirroring, but I can also create. I can make things happen that are not already existent. Everybody has that capability. Everybody has the potential to be the one, but not everybody is the one. You can also create. Life is not just a mirror. It is a multitude of things. So that's why I call it the white hot room, because reality is like a canvas. And when you accentuate, you are painting on that canvas, on that blank canvas. You are adding color to the scheme. You're adding color to the palette. This is what you're doing. This is what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing right now is adding color to the palette. I sit here, I bring you gnosis, or I speak of the things that I know. I speak of the gnosis that I know. I bring you gnosis. I speak of the gnosis that I know, and I'm painting a new color. This is a new color that I'm painting. This color has never been seen before, more or less. I'm painting. This is painting. I'm creating. It has been created. It is here. It is done. The deed is already done. Before I finish the sentence, the job is already over. Before I upload this video, the painting is already over. I can add other layers to it, and I will add other layers to it. That's why you should subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, and let's keep painting. And right now, people are not painting because they don't believe in this. They don't believe in this power. They don't believe in higher vibration. They don't believe in being vibrational creatures. They don't believe in being high value creatures. They don't believe in spirituality. They don't believe in anything, but they'll believe the first thing they see on TV. They'll believe the first thing they see in the news. They'll believe the first thing that their friends tell them. They'll believe what they hear on the radio. They'll believe everything they read. But one thing they don't believe is in themselves. But they believe in everything else. They believe in you, they believe in me, they believe in him, they believe in her, they believe in up, they believe in down, they believe in left, they believe in right. But what about you? Do you believe in you? Because I believe in you. It's an old saying that the devil says. Do you believe in you? You see, the absurdity of thinking that Satan or Lucifer, as I like to call him, Satan as he liked to be called, but Lucifer as I like to call him, there's an absurdity in people thinking that the notion of his existence is as simple as being a wacky, waving, inflatable tube man, like in Family Guy. But in actuality, the simple notion of I believe in you holds so much light in it, so much knowledge, so much power in that simple phrase. He believes in humanity. What does that mean? I just told you. If you skipped it, rewind. This is what that sentence truly mean. And it is, oh, so it is a sentence. I believe in you. So do you believe in you? In the meantime, you're listening to a God that doesn't want you to believe in yourself. That doesn't care if you believe in yourself or not. But that's your choice. You can do whatever you want. But understand, all of these words, all of these practices, all of these layers that I just laid out for you in this video are all stemming from the notion of Satan's favorite motto, which is, I believe in you. Simply put, like he said before, if you eat from the tree, you will become as gods. It is easy to point and shoot. It's easy to point and shoot, but it's another thing to watch and understand. It's easy to point and shoot, but it's a completely different thing to watch and understand, to learn and understand. You will become as God. He's jealous. Throw a pitchfork. Throw a rock. He's jealous because that's what you feel, or because that's what somebody told you to feel if somebody says that. Because being a god is not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with being a god. It can be annoying, a bit stressful at times, but it's not a sin. You're not going to go to hell. You can't go to hell because you're a god. That just doesn't make any sense. The only way a god would go to hell is if he's killed by another god. And even there, it needs to be specific. Like really fucking specific. It's not just, oh, you're a god, die hell. Dude, what? No. What? No. No. What? What? Hello? So how many of you sat there and was like, wait a minute. What does it mean to be a god? Is it really bad? Because for him to be thrown out for that specific motion, it has to be a bad thing. So now you need to figure out why it's a bad thing, and not just accept the age-old notion that, oh, well, the big guy said, the guy that I consider big, being the big guy, said that, you know, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. That's very dry, very easy. Very dry and easy, very conformist, don't you think? No pun intended, no offense meant. But it is a conformist value. It's a conformist principle. Even if you don't consider yourself conformist, the acceptance of something without substance is conforming to a status quo. Now, if you did your research and understood why it's a bad thing to become a god, that's a whole different ball game. That's an entire different ball game. That's where your substance is not conformist or idealistic, but stand in facts. We are not standing in facts today. We're standing in 2 plus 2 is 5. Okay, you might say 2 plus 2 is 5, but me, I know 2 plus 2 is 4. I know 2 plus 2 is 4 because if you take 2 sticks and then you take another 2 sticks, you're going to see 4 sticks. You're not going to see 5 sticks. But you sit there and tell me it's 5. It can't be 5. You say it's 5, but it can't be 5. It's impossible for it to be 5. It doesn't matter what you do in the entire universe, it'll never be 5. Ever. It is physically impossible. It's mathematically impossible. It's spiritually impossible. It's intellectually impossible. It's psychologically impossible. It is impossible for it to be 5. Impossible. It just won't happen. It can't. Two sticks and another 2 sticks will always be 4. One matchstick with another matchstick is always going to be 2. And if you see one matchstick, well, it's one matchstick. It's a matchstick. I'm just talking shit at this point. So anyways, man, but it's an oversimplification, but it's true. It sounds stupid. It sounds ridiculous, but it's true. It's just facts. So, as I said, the simple notion that Satan stated that he believes in you and he offered the ambrosia of the gods to the first humans because of his belief that humans have a capability, his knowledge of the human factor motivates him in his dealings, if there are any dealings at all. On that note, I'm gonna see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace out.